Today let's talk about 4 mods that might just convince you to play through Elden Ring once more before the next DLC comes out. The link to all of these will be in the description below, so you can check them out for yourselves. Let's start out with the Item and Param Randomizer. The mod comes with a list of settings. In this massive list of options, you have to insert numbers between 0 and 3. If done correctly, it can create some of the funniest and chaotic moments you've ever seen in the game.
Surprise, motherfucker!
For example, it changes the weapon movesets. You might just end up with a greatsword that hits as fast as a dagger. The Ash of War is also randomized, which sometimes creates weapons that are just goofy and don't really work. Another thing the mod randomizes is the stats of the weapon. You might just end up with a weapon that has all stats active, so you may have a magic, lightning, fire weapon. The mod also changes the consumables. You might just have throwing daggers that create fireworks, or spawn a blood spell that does actual damage to the enemies around you. If the settings go wrong, you might just end up with a completely broken but still hilarious game. Such as this clip here where I try to jump but gravity for some reason pulls me back to the ground, which just looks like I'm humping the air. The mod is definitely worth checking out, and I would recommend it for everyone who wants to see the endless possibilities of a random Elden Ring. If you want to see more of these random moments, I have some of my funny moment videos on my channel. And if you need my settings, there will be a link in the description below for you to check out. Next, let's look at the Dark Moon Overhaul mod. The mod itself tries to improve on the game and changes certain aspects of it completely. For example, it implemented the dodge system of Bloodburn as well as the health regen system. This change overhauls the fighting system completely. It encourages players to be more aggressive and go in there to get the health back they just lost. You can choose from many classes in the beginning, all of them quite intriguing. For example, the Hunter from Bloodborne, the Dragon Slayer from Dark Souls 1, or you can take the Friends of Chars, who's actually fist fighting throughout the game. Once you chose your character, you now have to choose your difficulty setting at the statue. The easiest difficulty is called Cakewalk, and as I was intrigued by it, I chose it to see how it works. And the Cakewalk is just as it sounds. Your stats are increased and you have an automatic health and FP regeneration. For example, in this clip I'm facing a huge army and I had enough time to get myself a glass of water, and when I came back I was still at full health. Aside from the difficulty settings, you have 50,000 souls at the beginning that you can either keep for yourself to level up, or you can spend it at the statue for some sweet items. The statue offers you any type of weapon, spell and armor you would like, but additionally it has some cut content which you might want to check out. Not only does it have the cut content, but it also adds new weapons throughout the gameplay. As an example, I found some fists that allow me to actually throw hands with some enemies. And they are upgradable, which means they are actually viable throughout the entire game. Aside from that, I actually found a broken bottle which allows me to stab enemies in the back.
The guy stabs me in the back, like right here, like some kind of psycho wuss.
Can you think of anyone who might want to harm you?
Once you return to the Round Table Hold, you'll find out that there are some new NPCs which allow you to revive beaten bosses, buy some new items, test your damage, and you'll actually have a new pet at home. So I would stop here because I don't want to spoil the mod too much for you. If you're interested, consider checking it out. The mod is still being worked on and constantly being improved, so expect some updates and new content added at any point. And with that, let's jump over to the Ascended mod. This mod is for all of you who think Elden Ring has become a bit stale lately. It's too easy and you want to go back to raging like a FIFA fanboy, throwing your controller across the room, shattering it in 1,000 pieces, and then go cry in the shower in a fetal position. The mod allows you to choose from 3 different difficulty settings. For this video, I chose the hardest difficulty, and to my surprise, bosses are actually friends now. They hang out together in their boss rooms, and once you enter, they want to destroy you instantaneously and rip you apart. The enemies inflict a status effect when they hit you. No matter the enemy, all of them will have some type of status effect. But all of these status effects, no matter which one, will slowly tick your life away and do damage over time. But as if that's not enough, once you get an enemy half health, They activate Sane mode, do double damage, and take quite a beating to go down. So if you're actually one of those mentally insane people who choose to play this mod, you'll find out that there are new classes which all look overpowered as hell, but they might as well just be empty-handed, because once you go in there, you'll see how much of trash you still are. All weapons come with some new buffs, and most headpiece armor also have one, which enables the player to create new builds never seen before. I wish you good luck if you choose to try to beat this mod. And now, let's jump over to the last but not least, Item and Enemy Randomizer mod. This mod comes with its own application where you can set everything up. On the item tab, you can choose how to randomize your items. If you are a completionist, you might just want to randomize all items including key items, which means you will have to beat every boss, find every item and turn over every stone to find that key you need to progress in the game. If you are a casual player, I would recommend not to randomize the key items, but every other item in the game. This will allow casual players to create new builds early on. But aside from the items, you can also change the settings on how to randomize the enemies. For example, you can make all enemies be bosses. Now I don't know why you would do this, because it's basically just the Ascended mod and it's super difficult to even get anywhere. But hey, you do you. You can also set all enemies to a specific enemy, such as Malenia, as you can see in the clip here. I have to warn you though, you might just wake up at night sweating and hearing her famous words while believing you had a nightmare. Or you can randomize everything with every kind of enemy, but that just might end up with you having to fight a bunny to enter Lothric Castle. Believe me, little bunny, this is as difficult for me as it is for you. But with recent updates, not only can you randomize the enemies, but you can also multiply them with the Onslaught edition. In this clip, I multiplied the enemies by 5 and randomized them. So as you can see, it's quite chaotic and there's more things flying than I would like to be, but that's just how it is. So expect nothing else and expect your PC to crash. There's no way that you'll be able to play through the game without that. So these are my top 4 mods that I wanted to introduce to you today. If there are any mods that I missed out on and you would like me to see and maybe take into consideration for the next video, then please leave a comment below and tell me which mod that is. Otherwise, if you want to see these top mod videos being done for the other Souls games, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.